Hello everybody, today I'm here with another Disney Heroes Battle Mode hero concept, and today I've created LUCA from Disney Pixar's LUCA. So let's take a closer look at his design. And I also want to just quickly shout out some of the people that suggested it to me. I'm sorry if I missed your comment, but I tried to find all of them. Tiny Javelina 351 is the first one that I see, and then I also have Kareem suggested it. So thank you for that. And then also The Insane, it looks like, also suggested it. So thank you to everybody who suggested this to me. Again, I might have missed some of you, but LUCA here has, it didn't take too long, but I also decided I was going to experiment with both gradients and also doing a lot more detail with the hair. And I felt like with LUCA especially, it was a perfect opportunity to do so, since there is just so much detailing in his curly hair. And then the gradients just work well for like the skin tones, and typically there are a bunch of different colors on each of the characters, and I don't know how I feel about doing it. It obviously took a lot more time than I'm used to, but it ended up looking a lot nicer than a lot of my other ones, so I should probably try to continue doing it. And then I went fairly light on the lighting itself, and most of the shading just ended up going in the hair too. So I know at this point it's kind of off of the hair, but I really enjoyed detailing the hair, and I think it turned out pretty good. I obviously could have just kept going forever, and I could have just continued looking a lot better as I continued, but I figured where I left it was a pretty good stopping point. And is somewhat accurate to how like it would look as a design in the game, I think. And then also the nose kind of looks a little weird, but I'm being honest, that's pretty accurate to how it looks in the movie. So I think I did an okay job with that too. But yeah, not a lot to say other than that. I think Luca's a really cool character that they could add. I'd love to see him and Alberto get added. And I really love the movie, so I would be really happy to see him someday get put in. But I think now we can move on to some of the skills that I thought up for him. So first up, I think it's pretty obvious that he needs to have some sort of skill that involves him turning into his sea monster form. I know that's kind of just his original form, and then the human form is after that. But it felt like since most characters are on land, it would make sense for him to start out in the human form. And I guess they could have like some rain come in and cause him to turn into the sea monster for just a little bit. Maybe like an active and passive ability, where when it's active then he's in the sea monster form, and maybe he has some different attacks. I don't know, it was kind of hard to think of moves for LUCA, if I'm being honest. Another one I thought of was having the Vespa be involved in some way, since it was such a huge point of the movie itself. So maybe just riding through the stage on a Vespa, or maybe the kind of homemade one that LUCA and Alberto made. He could ride through and damage some enemies. The next one, the next two that I thought of come from the triathlon themselves. So the first one here, I have him in his like sea diving, huge like metallic armor kind of thing. Or maybe it would just give like defense up for everybody or something. He just puts it on real quick, and then yeah, I don't know. I guess I had a really hard time thinking of skills. I thought maybe this could work somehow, but it's kind of hard to explain how it could work. And then the next one I thought of was when they are doing like the eating contest. He could just eat a bunch of the pasta real quick, and then gain some health, or some other attributes possibly. But there are a lot of characters that have some eating moves, so maybe each of his skills are like a part of the triathlon. Like they could include the bike sequence in some form as well, even the bike replacing the Vespa, or just the Vespa being as similar to the bike as it can be anyways. But the triathlon is really where most of the action sequences come in, so that's why I had most of the skills based on those parts of the the climax of the movie. But I feel like I don't have the greatest suggestions for skills. If you have any ideas for skills, I would love to hear them, because I kind of had a hard time coming up with them. And then for friendships, I think that him and Ariel would be a really fun one, just because they both love being in the sea, and well, actually they prefer to be on land, it seems like, but they also love the sea too. So very similar kind of idea there. And then I don't know how great of an idea this is, but the other one I thought of would be like Dash. They're both just young, aspiring kids. Dash runs along water at some point, so they could kind of talk about skimming along the water. I don't know. Kind of a bad idea, I guess. But hey, maybe if they added Luca and Alberto, then his other friendship would just be Alberto. But anyways, that was my hero concept for Luca. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about the detailing of this one, since, again, it's a little different than the ones that I've done so far. And I think Luca was actually the perfect character to try some of that stuff out with. I just prefer how the skin looks compared to most of my other characters. They look very flat, but Luca looks a bit more three-dimensional. And the hair detailing, I think, turned out pretty good too. You can see it here a lot better than when I was talking about it before. Again, I could have done a lot more with it, but I also think that the level I did is a pretty good amount. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. Continue to suggest characters to me. I'm kind of making these in advance so I can kind of release them pretty regularly. So if you're suggesting characters right now, I might not be seeing them at the moment. But if you have a good character, I'll definitely keep it in mind. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon for the next Disney Heroes Battle Mode Hero Concept. Goodbye.